All right, let's start with the Cowboys. What do they need to do to get back on track, and can they do those things, Chris?
Well, the Cowboys made a mistake, and it's really hard for people in life to admit that they made a mistake, especially people who are very, very successful and people that are rich. Jerry and them made a mistake cutting Dez Bryant. Like, Dez Bryant gives them some juice, gives them some energy. People talk about the sideline stuff. Man, that's part of doing business. Man, you need guys who can make plays with the football. The two best route runners, Tavon Austin and Cole Beasley. Two small guys, undersized slot guys. You're not going to win many games. Their inability to be able to win on the outside with 7, 8-man boxes, it will hurt them. So to me, when I watched the game last night, yes, I said it. Dez Bryant should be on the Cowboys. They made a huge mistake. And week in and week out, that's what I'm starting to see that comes out. Just no one's going to, would Dallas have a press conference today and say, yeah, you know something? Yeah, we did. They're going to keep saying, oh, I believe in my wide receivers. I believe in our skilled guys. But the truth of the matter is most of these guys are unproven. And the reason why they're unproven is because they're not that good. They don't have a number one, let alone a number two. They got 5 3s and 4s playing in their position.
Absolutely right. And the guy who replaced Dez Bryant, in quotation marks, Allen Hurns, has been nowhere to be found this year. He's only been targeted 9 times. He has 4 catches for 51 yards on the year, which makes the Dez Bryant, now in hindsight, removal all the more jarring because they didn't save any money. Dez's dead money plus Hurns' cap hit equals what it would have cost to keep Dez without a pay reduction, which, by the way, again, they didn't even offer to him. Like, this is, I know sometimes you get frustrated because we talk so much about quarterbacks, and football's so much more than just quarterbacks. But given the Cowboys' total lack of production from their passing game, which is the biggest reason they've struggled this year, Dak Prescott's going to be the center of the discussion this week and this year for the Cowboys, and rightfully so. Dak in the first quarter yesterday was 2 of 6 for 4 yards and a pick. In the first half, he had 40 yards. They are still sitting on 1 passing play of greater than 20 yards all year long. You said it, Jenna. 9 out of 11 games under 200 yards passing, including 5 consecutive games. In his last 5 games, he has 3 touchdowns, 4 picks, a 71 rating, and hasn't had 195 yards passing. Like, Dak has regressed to, I mean, he's unrecognizable to where he was his rookie year, to me.
We talked all week, see, that even though it's not the sexy thing, this defense is going to have to carry this team if they want to go anywhere, or at least until they can get things right on offense. What did you see from their defense yesterday? Even
if you have a good defense, if they give up 20, 24 points, a lot of times you still got a chance to win the game. You're in the game. If this is the worst their defense is going to play, they're going to be real, real good. But the team is not playing together. They don't get any big plays out of their special teams, all right? They got rid of their kicker, one of the best ever in the history of the game. So the units that they have, they don't play in sync. Listen, if I don't have wideouts, I'm going down with Zeke. Zeke got to touch the ball 30 times.
It's unbelievable.
You're not going to trick someone and everything. Like, I'm going to give it to him 20 times. I'm going to throw it to him 10 more times. Like, that's the way the Cowboys should go down fighting. But the inability for them to be in sync, the defense, it's the best unit that they have. But when you turn the ball over, and I don't believe those turnovers are Dak's fault, when you look at the throws, where the ball to the tight end was a little bit high. But if you tip the ball up, as a wide receiver, bad things are going to happen. The other one was a deflection that Earl picks off both of them. So I'm not going to blame the quarterback in everything that they're doing, but the overall results, the lack of being able to threaten people on the outside, it affects how the quarterback plays.
That second pick, I wouldn't blame Dak at all. That first one, one of the reasons it was deflected is because Bobby Wagner comes over and hits it. But regardless of that part of it, the point on Zeke cannot be understated. Zeke had 127 yards yesterday on 16 carries. I understand they're trailing. I understand typically when you're trailing, you have a hard time running the football. But if that's the only, you're averaging 8 yards per run with Zeke. Zeke this season, 15, 17, 16. Those are his carries. That's indefensible. He is not only your best player, he's your best player by an enormous margin. And of the players who touch the football, he's not only your best player, he's right now your only player that touches the ball that is anywhere close to league average. And he's elite for the league. How Zeke has 16 carries in this football game, he had the one catch that he stepped out of bounds that could have been one big play in the passing game where a touchdown got taken off the board because he stepped out of bounds. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, if you're going at this point, if you're going to, Jenna, look at these rankings. 31st, 30th, 31st, 31st. Those are the Cowboys' rankings in major offensive categories. If you're going to be a bottom three offense, do it going down with your best guy. Do it because we gave the ball to Zeke 30 times and they stopped us.
Not 14, 15, and 16.
He's averaging 16 carries a game this year.
Yeah, the reason why he didn't get the ball in this game is they just weren't good on third down. Had 13 attempts, only got 3 of those. So it's going to cut into the reps of your number one player. So when you don't convert, you don't keep the momentum, you don't keep those drives going, it takes off. Your best players, if they're wide receivers and running backs, those plays and drives not being able to continue, it affects their numbers.
All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.